We finally got some news about the pending patch 5.0 for Space Marine 2. And in this video today, I'm going to go over the most recent November community update to talk about that patch. Now, this video is late. This happened 2 days ago. So if you've already heard this news from Chapter Master Valrak or heard it your own, whatever it is, then none of this will be new. I don't want to waste your time. Please go ahead and shut the video down. Also, in my typical fashion of upfronting the knowledge in my video, let me go through the big highlights of what they're going to be talking about. We will get a new operation called Obelisk on Demirium, where we will get also the new enemy type, which is a Zangor Shaman, Zangor Exalted, which will be on a Disc of Tzeentch. It's a Majoris, and it will be on every single Chaos map now. After 5.0 launches. 5.0 launches in the first part of, or the first half of December. So whatever that means, let's just take, December 15th and let's say that's the latest it could possibly be and go back from there. In addition to that, we'll also be getting the Dark Angels cosmetic pack, which will also give us exclusive skins for the auto bolt gun, the power sword, the storm shield, all sorts of fun stuff. And in addition to that too, we will finally get the chance to color our lenses on our helmets. We'll get a Mark 8 helmet, which is going to be pretty fun, and some other goodies within that. But that's really honestly the too long didn't watch this entire video. If that's all you wanted to know, just go ahead and shut the video down and get back to waiting patiently or impatiently for patch 5.0 to come out. If you are heading out, please don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe. Each one of those things does help me out in a huge way. And as always, too, I will be streaming on Sunday, a birthday stream for this game. So come on down. We're going to be playing the campaign. Finally going to try and beat that on stream. You can find that link to my Twitch below. But let's get started here on the November community update for Space Marine 2. So to start us off, let's talk about some fun stuff. 5 million players was hit. The Emperor doth protect. So they're a big milestone here for Space Marine 2. Hopefully we'll see a lot of really cool stuff in the future. In my closing section, I'll talk about the rate of patches for the game and my overall thoughts on it, because I think a lot of people are curious about it. I thought about doing my own video on it, but you guys can let me know in the comment section if you want me to do that. But Secret Level event. They're doing an event for the show, the Amazon Prime series show coming out of Secret Level. They're going to be doing Twitch drops for it. So not sure what those are going to include. Probably, again, some generic Ultramarine skins like we saw. Previously, it was a Power Fist skin, a Chainsword skin, as well as a Bolt Pistol skin. So we'll see that happening. Celebrate this incredible occasion. Exclusive rewards will be available from December 10th to December 31st through Twitch drops. So we'll see those live on Twitch from that date. And this is also the start of the launch of that series. So we should see that happening. And Secret Level is going to have a bunch of stuff, right? So it's got Warhammer 40k. It does continue the story of Titus, but it's got Mega Man in it, a whole ton of stuff. For patch 5.0, we know that it will be released in the first half of December. This update contains the very much awaited Dark Angels chapter pack alongside another operation, Obelisk. The what? Guys, I'm brain fried from Thursday and Thanksgiving. I spent the entire day cooking for my family, and I'm lost. I'm trying to get this video out so you guys have it, so I apologize if I'm just all over the place. But again, the Dark Angels chapter pack is coming, featuring the Dark Angels champion, which will be a special bulwark class. What's cool here, though, unique armor and a banner for the bulwark class. So hopefully down the line that opens the door for some sort of banner editing. They did say that banner editing and cloth editing isn't where they want it to be, so they won't be implementing it anytime soon. So I would just really like to see that, because it's like, okay, you have your custom heraldry, you're a space wolf, and boom, you plop down an Ultramarines banner. It just feels weird. So it'll be cool to see a Dark Angels banner for this bulwark Dark Angels champion. Remember, Dark Angels Champion is an uneditable cosmetic. So you will look like this and you cannot change this. Just like the Ultramarines one for the heavy class, you cannot change it. Champion packs are not changeable. In the future, we'll be getting the next season will give us another chapter pack and 2 champion packs within that. So, or at least 2 champion packs within that season at least. So that should be pretty fun to see. Yeah, like it says, please note the set can't be customized. Through weapons will also be exclusive visuals based on the Dark Angel chapter, the auto bolt rifle, the plasma pistol, and then the power sword. The bulwark class will also get a unique Dark Angels storm shield. I believe that this means, I mean, the way they said this is like, the Bulwark class will also get, well, the Bulwark class also only gets the power sword. So the Bulwark class will also get a unique power sword and Dark Angel Storm Shield, unless they're planning to expand the power sword out to someone else, which would be great, which would be lovely, because I would love to see it in the hands of more classes like, I don't know, Assault. I don't know. I love the power sword, so I'd love to see it in the hands of more classes. But it's cool to see that we're going to get more Storm Shields. Like to see this added to with more packs, especially because I'm a Blood Angels player and a Black Templars player. But Blood Angels have a really awesome Storm Shield from their from their Terminator squad, their old Terminator squad that came out in 7th, 8th edition. And I've used that for my Smash Captain, and it just looks really cool. So I'll love to see that brought into the game. For the chapter pack, though, we have heraldry items of the second founding and successor chapters of the Dark Angels. So we have the Angels of Absolution, which are right here. We have the Angels of Redemption, which are right here. The Angels of Vengeance, which are these guys right here. The Unnamed, which are the yellow bros down over here in the corner. The Blades of Vengeance, which is this one right there. This is more of a bone color. Can't really tell very well. When you take that picture in the armory, sometimes it washes out the colors. This is supposed to be like a Nushapti bone. The Cowled Wardens is the purple one right here. And this is a different color purple here, right? This is not the Phoenician purple. So it's going to be nice to see that a lot of these are going to bring different colors to the game, especially, of course, the next one here, the Bringers of Judgment, which are these guys. This is going to bring some new gold, and you can see a cool pattern there on their legs. Here, I'll do, oh, no, I guess I won't do that. A cool pattern there on their legs to get some cool flames. That's going to be really cool if you want to do a Legion of the Damned. Get that looking like red and black on the armor. Should be a really cool overall skin that you can play around with. And then lastly, we have the Angels of Defiance, which are these dudes right here. So another cool set of heraldry. I have some really cool little icons here, but of course the biggest thing is different color sets to be added into the game in primary, secondary, and tertiary slots that maybe are already there but not in those slots, or new colors overall to be added across the spectrum. So very excited about that. With it, we'll also be getting the Mark did I say Mark 8 before? Yeah, Mark 8 Ravenwing helmet right here. This has the Ravenwing symbol. This is the Mark 8 helmet that we want, like the grill and everything like that. And this is definitely like the cooler of the OG Space Marine helmets, in my opinion. We all agree that it's the Corvus, so we all want, right? We want the beaky, but still, it's going to be cool to see this guy enter into the game, as well as whatever the hell this is. Because this is not the champion. So this is going to be a cool cosmetic added into the game as well that brings a cowl outside of the bulwark. So it'd be cool to see what class is going to be getting that, how it's going to look and stuff like that. Also, lastly, we have the lenses, and as you can see, all the color options here that are going to be with it. Feast on Red, Warps on Glow, Certic Green, Liberator Gold. So a lot of really fun options to kind of tap into a lot of those Stardust heraldry that you've maybe tried to do, but the color of the islands is something that kind of really held it back, because that really does add a lot of visual diversity when you're taking a look at all these different heraldries and everything. Into our last portion here, we have the new operation that will be added called Obelisk. You'll be sent to Demirium, and your mission is to rotate a replica of the Obelisk to disrupt the flow of energy, protecting the Aurora device. This operation takes place in parallel to the final events of the campaign, which means I should beat the campaign before I play this. Also, we'll have the new Zangor Enlightened, a Majoris enemy that will now appear in every Chaos PvE operation. Here is that bad boy right there on that disc of Tzeentch. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out as a Majoris coming into the game, which should add a nice bit of diversity to the Majoris that is currently available with Chaos missions, which is just your Flamer and non-Flamer Rubric Marines. So it'll be nice to add this little bit of diversity here. And however this enters in too, right? Like, what level of flyer is this guy? How annoying is he? So it'll be pretty interesting to see. And especially that it's a Majoris and not like a harder enemy type. So I think expect to be fighting quite a bit of these in Chaos missions going forward. But here's a couple little shots, as you can see, looking nice and sweetie and dandy. And finally, on the tech side, the 5.0 update will bring Frame Gen DLSS and FSR 3 support. some award nominations here for the Game Awards, and then some fan art, which looks just absolutely sick. I can't draw at all. Some sick stick figure art I got. Mod support here. If you missed this, there's a really great message from the game director on mod support. And if you somehow wanted to spend a shit ton of money on a PS5 Pro, you can see that the specs that you'll be getting playing on this PS5 Pro and what those differences are, right? 1080p at 1440p or 1080p at 2160p with upscale PSSR to 4K with the 30 frames per second on quality mode. And then for performance mode, you're looking at 720 to 1080p or 1080p to 1440 at 60 frames, which is actually, that's pretty sick. And that's it. That is all of the update here. I'm looking forward to jumping into this operation. It's going to be coming a pretty hectic time on the channel because I'm going to be jumping pretty hard into Path of Exile 2, but I'm also really excited to jump into the Dark Angels chapter pack. And ultimately, too, this comes down at a time when a lot of people have been asking or saying Space Marine 2 is just not rolling out updates fast enough. And I think at this point, the pacing of this season was personally good, only because of these just hellish amount of games that Space Marine 2 was going to have to try to keep its player base over in the last, 2-3 months. Like, okay, you have Stalker that came out, you have Call of Duty that came out, you have any of the sports games that came out, you have games that are coming out like Path of Exile and other games that are coming out in December. And I think it's a hard toss up for a game developer who's no longer riding the hype of their initial launch to maintain a player base through a time that is probably the most divisive for player attention. Now, you could argue, hey, I'm not playing Call of Duty. I'm not playing those games. And you are correct. If you are not playing them, you're not playing them. But those games draw everyone from all games. Call of Duty is just one of those games that most people either want to take a look at or they're playing with their friends, something of the sort. And depending if you're a Black Ops player or a Modern Warfare player, that's going to be the thing that kind of determines that. Or Stalker is a great example. That's a game that's got a huge cult following that had a little bit of a blowout here and people want to jump on. Path of Exile is another game that's going to have a huge draw. So trying to battle player retention during those periods, I think is not the best call, because I think you end up running the risk of putting out shittier content rather than better content across a longer span of time. I think the right way to do it is not what they're probably going to do, right? Because game companies don't ever do this, but do what they did and then have the next big season patch in the beginning of the year. Let's just say end of January, beginning of February. Yeah, you've got Monster Hunter Wilds coming out, which is again a game that's going to draw people from all facets. You have a big content patch with that, and you have the start of the next season, which tells people, hey, you know what? This is the next chapter pack with that. And you do a free weekend. I think you do all those things in tandem. You bring a huge amount of people back to the game. You bring people brand new, fresh blood into the game and brand new content. I think that's like the way to go. But I don't think that we'll be seeing that, unfortunately, with Space Marine 2. But regardless, I'm excited to see what the beginning of the year looks like, because that's promised a ton of PvP updates as well as Horde mode. So go ahead and let me know in the comment section below. Are you excited about this 5.0 patch? Or is it a little bit too late? What is your thoughts on everything? I'm stoked to be jumping into the Dark Angels when that patch goes live. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching here today. Have a good one and take care.